Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today, it's going to be a match between Best and Hero. Hero and Eclipse. Haven't cast a game on this map for a while, but RJB sent it to me specifically, said I must cast it. So, I trust the RJB, and let's get right on into it. Top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Best. And in the bottom left, we've got a yellow Zerg player. It is Hero, under a Smurf name, Chobadari. Can we red? Nah, red versus blue has just not been available for some reason for a while now. I think these are just in custom maps, not ladder maps. This was part of a tournament, apparently. So, anyway, Eclipse is just a map that is divided diagonally, if you haven't seen it before, right? So this is the separation. It just goes whee, all the way down. Yes. So this is all developed. This is all not developed. And the gimmick is... Hold on a second. Did they... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no, that's Third World. Okay, so I'm thinking Third World that has the gimmick, where you can only access the top half of the map, the top half of the diagonal, with workers over the ground. That's not the case here. We have nice little ramps. You can expand wherever the crap you want. But that's the main difference here between Eclipse and Third World. Otherwise, they're visually pretty similar. I mean, you don't actually have... Yeah, I mean, it's different. Your choke at your natural base is set up differently, too. Spawning locations are basically the same, but... Yeah, there's some high ground, low ground differences at the same time. So, basically, visually, very strikingly similar to Third World, but definitely not the same dealio. Alright, so that looks like 9 pool in it. Yeah, that's Overlord 2. Or not 9 pooling, sorry. Overpooling into a... Ooh, got that down. 11 hatch in it. Fantastic. That was close. That was close. Best almost got that thing taken care of. But no, not today. Hatch goes down. That's the thing about this map is third bases are a little bit weird to defend. So just taking a third base isn't really an option. I mean, that's fairly similar for a lot of the matches, but... Or a lot of the maps, rather, but anyway. Anyway, happy 2021. Hope you're enjoying the 1440p cast. If you are, hit that like button. This is, I don't know. I just love StarCraft a lot. I get really, really excited to cast it. And these are 4 lings sent across the map to see if they can scout, to see if they can slip through this. Wow, 6 lings. Alright, man. Group of 4 with the 5th one trailing behind. Come on, little guy. You can do it. There you are. You're so cute. You're such a cute little guy. And, oh my gosh. This is... okay. So, yeah. 1 Zealot. Not going to do great against 5 lings. That said, the probes are going to help a lot here. And this should be shut down. Yeah, that 1 Zealot might die. He does die, but you're not getting inside. You're not scouting. You're not killing anything else. I think that was a fair trade. The 6th ling is the one who's actually still alive here, so fair enough. Yeah, so 1 get expanding it here, and everything's okay. Really fast third base. Holy smokes, that's a fast third. I like it, though. I like the fast third base. Oh, this Zealot's been trying to do things. Has killed literally nothing. I saw him coming across. Forgot about him. Sorry, but he didn't do anything. He got a nice scout off, but didn't kill anything whatsoever, so... I'm assuming there was some fantastic micro from both these players. This juking is avoiding the surround. Oh, getting that drone out of there too. Okay, Hero, that was disgusting. I haven't cast a Hero game in a while. Sub 4-minute lair, by the way. As soon as that scouting Zealot is dead, he immediately starts for a lair. Forge coming up. No Cyber Core yet. He's got to go for that Cyber Core, and he's got to get those Corsairs, because otherwise a Mutalisk opening will wreck him. We've seen it. We've seen it a couple times on the channel. Most Protoss players know you want to open those Corsairs, otherwise Mutalisks will destroy you. And in the examples where that doesn't happen, for the Protoss player, they just die. It's really a horrible experience for them altogether. So I think, yeah, we know what we're doing. This is a lot more lings from Hero, though. I guess recognizing there aren't any cannons yet, you can kind of come up here. I mean, you can jump on that gateway. Honestly, you can. Force the Zealots to come out to meet you. Maybe get a surround on one and kill it. I don't know what these lings are for otherwise. The longer they wait, the more this cannon's going to be ready to kill them if they try to do anything. If you're... This is weird. If you're just here for scouting purposes, why did you make so many lings? Why do you have 8? These should be drones, dude. What are you doing, hero? Hero. There's your Stargate. Let's see. Lair's done. There's your Spire. And there it is. Excellent. So everything proceeding according to plan. Yeah, so like one Zergling could have done this job, and then you could have made a bunch more Zerglings back home in time for these Zealots to show up, because this is a long rush distance, and they don't have speed. I don't know. He's going to try to hold this without any Sunkens at either base, honestly. This is pretty early. This is a pretty early 4 Zealot, no speed attack, which is, Protoss can do this, man. Protoss can attack whenever the heck they want. And Zerg players just kind of have to be ready for it. So here's your engagement. Trying to get some health bars up if that is helping at all. Oh yeah, that's... Goodness, that's a lot of Zerglings. He made way more than I thought for reinforcement purposes. Macro Hatch coming up here too. I kind of like where we are from Hero. He obviously hasn't taken much damage at all from the Protoss. Oh, speed's done for these Lings. Goodbye, Probe. Wait, hold on. Getting that scout off. I mean, obviously, derp. Like, you know what it is. If you see this many Lings and know anything else, obviously it's going to be a Spire. So, Corsair in production, going for a Citadel of Adun. Going to start hunting Overlords and see this guy, I think. Yeah, going to see him. I believe this is Terry the Overlord. This is the first Overlord created today, and he is going to die to a Corsair after about 41 hits, I believe we counted once. That's the number I remember anyway. Got our Zerg atmospheric music coming in here. Makes it feel all Zerg-like. And once again, Hero just has a lot of Zerglings out. I guess, I don't know, does he just want to deal with the Zealots before they get anywhere? You know what I mean? Like, just harass them, slow them down. He'd rather invest in Lings than a bunch of Sunkens, I guess, which is fair. He's got 1 Sunken at each base, but he's not going crazy with them. Also, killing those first 4 Zealots means the follow-up Zealot attack can't be very strong. So you don't need like 2 or 3 Sunkens, obviously. Just the 1 is fine. Yeah, Corsair's happy? Yeah, happy, healthy, 100% on everything right now. Nobody's taking any hull damage whatsoever. Beautiful, beautiful to see for all the Protoss. And we are making Mutas. Dude, but seriously, why? Oh, we've seen this attempted so many times. Okay, a few times on the channel, we've seen Zerg players who know Corsairs are out go for the Mutalisks anyway, and then most of the time they die. We have seen good situations where the Mutalisks split amazingly well, and there's some Hydralisk support, and then the Corsairs all die, and then the Mutas have free reign. But it's hard to pull off, and against a player like Best here, I just don't see it happening, lads. My goodness. Dark Templar on the way to Storm, getting a research from Protoss. Zealot legs is done, but I mean, this Zealot count is not super heavy. It's 7, so okay. Corsair Zealot attack moving out. God, that blue is so hard to see on the minimap. That is a really, really dark blue. You can't even read that name? Heck no. It's ridiculous. Anywho, DT attack's gonna run around. This is why you have... Oh, wait. Did he cancel that Sunken? He had a Sunken at his 3rd. Oh, it is here. Okay, the Overlord was just hiding it. So he's getting a 2nd Sunken in position where the Zealots can't surround them, so that's good. And actually just backing out, recognizing, okay, the Sunkens are well positioned. Also, there's a bunch of Mutalisks and a ton of Scourge out now. So this is a situation where, yes, you can defend against Corsairs with this, but being aggressive against Corsairs with this is a little bit harder to do. Like, a lot of bit harder to do. Yeah, look at this Corsair ball, man. There's 7 Corsairs. There's another one on the way. I don't support this plan from here, but maybe he can make it work. Hero has had some miraculous wins on the channel for sure. And, okay, or just, sure, take all of the hits. There's still 5 Corsairs remaining. See, look at the split here. That's a gorgeous, well played split. Just all the way across the map. And the Mutas have to get out. See, all of the Scourge connected. Okay, most of the Scourge connected, and it didn't matter. The Corsairs are fine. Maybe 2 of them died, maybe 3. But the rest of them, there are still enough to cause problems for these Mutalisks. Now the Mutas are kind of dead in the water. One of them's really injured, but he'll regain that energy very slowly over time. Somebody asked on the channel recently, do shields regenerate faster than hit points on Zerg units? And the answer is yes. The shield regeneration is about twice to 3 times as fast as hit point regeneration for Zerg units. But, you know, the benefit for the Zerg is it can regen them to 100% health, whereas shields are just a portion of the health. Storm. Oh my gosh, that's okay. Yeah, that storm was sick. These he is investing a lot of money into Scourge that are not really doing a lot. That's why we've got 10 Hydralisks in production. All these macro hatches are really helping him do some amazing things when it comes to the macro. Again, Hero, excellent at that side of StarCraft for sure. Once again, the Corsair's just interested in killing all... So the Mutalisks are not paying for themselves. The Scourge are not paying for themselves. It's 107.86 total supply. We're getting into the period of the game where the Zerg player needs to start increasing and getting more in the total supply number than the Protoss player has. Third base, we've seen it. It's on its way here from Best, top side of the map. On the other side, we've got a ton of Hydras. So this is where the Corsairs are like, ah, crap. There's a billion Hydralisks out. We're not going to accomplish much. These Mutalisks are dead, though. Is there anywhere for them to run? They're heading for a corner. Dead. And the juke attempts. Yeah, dead. Alright. So Mutalisks accomplished, I'm going to say virtually nothing. Nothing is probably the right answer here. Oh, Lings do catch a bit of a probe transfer up to the third base. Nicely done, Zerglings. Wow, that was great. That was really, really well done by these guys. But the good news is the yellow shows up on the minimap exceptionally well. So if the blue is hiding itself, at least if there's an engagement, we'll see yellow. Try to notice the blue around it. Oh, DT up this way. Actually delaying an attempt at a 5th base, as this is a 4th. It's a bit of a ninja 4th. Check this out. Best is not checking this. Best is just making a beeline across the map right now, trying to get into this natural base. And Hydra's ready to rock. Do you have enough Hydras? They have +1 attack, which is fine. The Zealots, on the other hand, just click 1. There we go. Do have 1/1, so they're extra tanky and dealing a lot of damage here, too. Corsair's just fighting individual overlords to murder. Ling Hydra. This is a lot reinforcing Hydras coming in. The Zealots recognizing not a good situation for them, and they need to get out. When they're outnumbered this heavily, that is not a good place to be. This is where you want to start seeing the storm in your engagements, because this is a lot of Hydralisks. But 4th base done. 5th base on the way for Hero. Corsairs hunting around for those overlords, hoping to not run into a pack of Hydras. And look, free overlords. Excellent. This is what you get when you have a massive group of Corsairs alive at the 13-minute mark of a match, is you can do stuff like this and either force your Zerg opponent to throw down spores, which they don't want to do, or force them to keep Hydras at home, which they don't want to do. Man, just the Hero did not open this game well. He's down 148 to 126 total supply. He's keeping the overlords with these Hydras that are kind of in a defensive position on this side of the map. Looks like a simultaneous attempt maybe at an attack here. How much? Well, there's storm here. That's for sure. Yeah. There are multiple High Templar in here. That's got 250 energy on that High Templar. He's ready to rock. Billion%. So the good news for Hero is that he's on, 5 bases. 2 up on his Protoss opponent. That's fantastic. He is down 24 supply, which is not as good. The Hydras are fairly well countered by this whole Zealot Storm composition. Dragoons are coming in because he expects a transition into Lurkers, which is fair because Lurker aspect is just about done researching. We're getting... He went really fast for Lair, but Hive doesn't seem to be coming up at all right now, interestingly enough. Alright, well, battle lines are drawn. And look at this, catching up, 170 to 160. This group of Hydras trying to flee, getting flanked and pursued quite heavily by all of the Protoss. Storm, flank attempts not going as well over here for the Zerg player Hero. Does get a couple Dragoons killed, but is forced to retreat from that position as well. So, I don't know. It really feels like late game ZVP is a struggle. It is a big-time struggle for the Zerg player. It can be very hard to break this style of composition with the Zealots, the Dragoons, the High Templar. Lurkers are fairly well countered by the Dragoons. I mean, especially if you don't have any Dark Swarm, which, by the way, I keep looking for a hive, but no such thing as a hive for the Zerg player. I think also Best has done a really great job keeping his High Templar protected. I don't think any of them have died yet today, which is a really nice thing. And expanding to his own 4th base here at about the 12 o'clock position. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. There aren't a ton of expansions on this map. I think each can take about 6 before you run out. Yeah, that tracks. 6. And I'm guessing... Oh, Zerg player is going to try to take this one. And again, if you want to stay up, right? If you want to stay up a base on your Protoss opponent, you got to take both of those corners, which... difficult to pull off for sure. Just... God, these storms are just... brutal, man. Storm good unit. We say it a lot on the channel, that's for sure. This Zealot making sure a base doesn't come up easily in the bottom right-hand corner anyway. Probe transfer up to the 4th base. Excellent. And Best is just... he's generally an extremely patient, extremely technically excellent Protoss player. We've seen him win games like this, where it's just he doesn't overextend. He doesn't push into bases that he can't just kill. Right? He doesn't go for the non-guaranteed damage. He takes the guaranteed damage when it's presented to him. And defends exceptionally well, too, here. So... man, DT holding that. And actually, oh, taking this bottom right. Okay, so he, okay, that's a lot of sunken. These Zealots aren't doing anything. Disengagement, Storm once again forcing everybody out of there, and once again, absolutely no sign of a hive. Like, I don't know how you win this without Plague and without Dark Swarm. I think Plague is more important, obviously. This is going exceptionally well for Best, you guys. We're 17 minutes in. The Zerg player is just getting stormed and dragooned into oblivion right now. +2 attack on the ground units for the Protoss, +2 attack here for the Zerg, but also +1 armor for the Protoss, so that's a nice upgrade advantage. Ah, okay, so here's where a couple High Templar are going to die. There's 1 and possibly 2. Yeah, he actually manages to push him out. We just out of Storm? We just ran out of Storm and just had all of the Hydras known to Zerg here. There's a hive coming up now at 17 minutes, which seems extremely late. Also has not expanded for some time. Oh, this got wrecked. Dang it, missed that. Sorry. I'm assuming a few Hydralisks showed up and just took that sucker down. So nobody's taken the corners yet, which I think suits Best fine. If he's on even base count versus the Zerg player, that is fantastic news. Great storms on these eggs, by the way. That's really nice stuff. The Corsair Ball is maybe a little bit too high. You might think about sacking a few of these Corsairs just to provide him some additional supply. Although he's not maxed out by any stretch. He's got available supply to be maxed, but he's not there. So checks the hive timing, says that's a really, really, really late hive timing. Looks like Hero's going to try to take this top left-hand base. Corsair's kind of sacking themselves in there, I guess. I mean, I guess one way to do this is just out-producing your Protoss opponent like a crazy person. And using the resources you'd otherwise put into Defilers and upgrades for Defilers just into a few more Hydras, but that doesn't feel like an economical, good long-term decision. That's a free High Templar if you want it. Look at this guy. Look at Bob. Bob the High Templar in here. Oh, he does get sniped. Okay. He was this close to surviving living inside a pack of Hydralisks for some time, which doesn't happen a lot. Did you know there's a DT up here? It's got 13 kills. Of course you know who's up there. Send an Overlord. Yeah, the longer this goes on, the more I think the Protoss player is just a fine spot. 188 to 152 supply. You need more supply than the Protoss player to be up on them at this stage of the game. I love the angles. The concaves we're setting up here today from Hero have just been beautiful. Hydras. Oh, that was a storm dodge before the storm arrived. That's actually some pretty hot stuff. Recognizing where the storm is going to come and then moving before the storm comes in and hoping that best storms that location anyway. Alright, well, yeah, this push looks pretty damaging for the Zerg player. Yet the flank is pretty nice here from Hero. Coming in from all sides, honestly. Not too shabby. You know what? He's losing a ton of stuff. The Zealots. The Zealots coming in to assist, but Defender's Advantage kicking in here for Hero. He's got Hydras coming in. He's got Sunkens to defend with in this location too. Great positioning. Oh! Lurker Eggs there too. Fantastic. Sick play out of Hero. And look at this. Just pouring down. +3 Zealots with speed. Down to the bottom left-hand corner. Trying to kill as much stuff as possible. These Corsairs, the remaining Corsairs here, have been having just a wonderful time. Yeah, Archon's not necessarily the answer to these Hydras, but with Zealots buffering, it can work out really, really nicely for him. Hero is defending exceptionally well. Still, nobody has taken the corner bases. Nothing even coming up, let alone taken. Alright, so maybe it looks like Best is going to retreat here. No, guess what? He's got more Zealots. Observer's getting sniped really nicely, but there aren't any Lurkers here right now. There's a couple on the way, but not quite present yet. Dude, these Corsairs. Oh, DT. Oh, DT down here just wrecking this bottom right-hand base for the Zerg player. This is feeling exceptionally GG. In Best's favor right now. This Zealot count is just incredible. With no plague either. That's what's driving me nuts, is the way you handle these extremely tanky, extremely fast, extremely powerful Zealots, is you plague them. You remove half of their HP, more than half of their HP when you plague them. Actually, less than half. Less than half of their HP when you plague them. But it's a huge chunk of available HP. This guy, though. He's dead, but man, did he shut this base down. It's 48 workers for Hero at 22 minutes. Not where he wants to be at all. He's got this nice vision on both sides. Corner expansions, but nothing, nothing incredible. Dude, it's 173 to 109 supply. This has just been a, this is Best going for it, man. Storm good unit. I don't really don't think this game can be won without Plague. It's not over technically, but man, it's 160 to 83 total supply. It's doubling the supply for the Protoss player versus the Zerg player right now. Yeah, I mean, this 5th base is toast. The 4th base is kind of mining big drone transfer down that way. Why would Hero just skip it? He just totally skips Plague. He hasn't made a defiler in this game. I mean, I know we've seen games recently in ASL where just Hydra Lurker is enough to win, but not at the 23-minute mark. It usually gets started with a nice contain that then the Zerg player just expands upon and just wins. That way, it really hasn't been you just make Hydra a Lurker for 24 minutes while the Protoss player is roaming around on the map. It's more of a contained style scenario. Trying to snipe some of these High Templar. A Hero playing within an inch of his life right now, just extremely fast. Playing extremely hard. APM close to 300 for both of these individuals. Archons coming in, but there are still High Templar up there. This is largely a High Templar Archon setup with Zealot support. A lot of Zealot support to make this happen. And like, in fairness, Dark Swarm isn't going to help a ton here against all of these Archons and Zealots and Storm, okay? But the Plague is the thing that allows Zerg players to win in this situation. He's trying to do this with zero spellcasters. He's trying to take the bottom right-hand corner. He's actually successfully managed to get a hatch to finish there. Although, like, all the observers known to the Protoss are heading down this way right now. Yeah, Hero needs to save this bottom right-hand corner base or he's just toast. That's what it's going to come down to here. Can he save the base? The drone's pulling back from the engagement. Here it is, man. Here is the show. Storm, nope, backing out temporarily. Doesn't want to go single file up this ramp. I guess this Zealot totally does. He'll start hacking on it. He will start hacking on this hatchery. Absolutely, with his buddy Fred and George here. We've got Dragoons hitting, and that base is toast. So you don't need the whole army to come up to kill it. Not with the upgrades you're rolling with right now, Best. That's for sure. I think Hero's done. I mean, because he's been done in a while. Done for a while. What's funny is somebody told me that they've been watching my channel for a while recently, and like it's mostly Zerg wins, which I don't know. Like there's been a bit of a ZBT run where Zergs look pretty good, but I feel like PvZ is at best a wash for both of these races. Yeah, I don't know what Hero's doing. He's on 4 bases. He effectively has 1.5 mining bases at the moment. The top left is getting taken in full view of this Overlord by Best because he recognizes what a great position he's in. I don't know. This attack, if it could do anything, if he can get up here and kill this base and maybe keep it rolling and kill this base, although killing this many cannons without Dark Swarm is exceptionally difficult for Zerg. Their units are all very squishy. There's no ultras in this army composition either. Oh, hold on. Hold on. You free High Templar. I mean, it's still 159 to 77 total supply, and reinforcements are coming into the top left-hand corner. And it's just a handful of Hydras from Lurker support. Observer count is high enough that it's really hard to snipe all of the observers before the Lurkers are all dead. That's your GG. Bam. Hero leaves the game, and Best is in fact your winner here in 27 minutes and 6 seconds. That's what we're talking about. That's that was it. I feel like this game has been over for some time. I don't know what Hero is doing. I don't think it is Zergly possible to defeat this composition, to defeat a late game Protoss who does this without Plague. I just don't. Dark Swarm, you know, can live without it, sure, but Plague is so good. It's so good against all these gateway units with all these upgrades. It just eats away at the HP, bypasses armor, bypasses shields, chomps them down, brings them down to the red. Then they're so much squishier in future engagements. Like, not to take anything away from Best here. Best was great, man. Like I said, he doesn't take engagements he can't win. He defends exceptionally well. His map awareness is sick. His compositions and his upgrades are amazing always. And yeah, he recognized that he could kill this base, and he did. And he recognized he could kill this bottom right base, and he did. And that's all he had to do. He didn't need to push into the main. He didn't need to take down the natural. He just took the outer lying bases as they weren't super well defended and called it a day. That was it. That was all that was required, and that's all he did. Beautiful. Just a beautiful display from Best there. Still don't know what Hero was smoking exactly, but hey. All right, so final score here, 237,000 points from Hero, 279 from Best. 586 units produced by Hero. Ended up killing 200 and losing 400 himself. The numbers are obviously better for the Protoss. Constructed Rays, it's weird when there's Zerg involved. I guess we can talk a little bit about the Mutalisk opening when he knew there were Corsairs out and he tried to kill them with the Scourge but failed miserably. At least he had the Scourge count to try to take those suckers down, but couldn't. He just couldn't do it. Hero actually did a pretty good job outspending about almost 7,000 resources more than the Protoss player, but just couldn't be cost efficient because no Plague. That's it. That's it. I didn't get to say Plague once today because there were no Plagues. Hoorah! All right, so that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. all/Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.